Hi there, everybody. Welcome to First Chapter Friday. My name is Dawn, and today I am going to be reading from The Year My Life Went Down the Toilet by Maia, Arlow. And this is a book. The main character, the protagonist, is a girl called Alison. She prefers to be called Al. And she's in 7th grade, and she is recently diagnosed with Crohn's disease. And it's about the challenges that she faces, not only having Crohn's disease, but all the issues that come along with being a 7th grader. And she wrote a note to the reader in the back, and I just want to read it out to you before I start. It says, I thought when I wrote this book that a character being chronically ill and queer and Jewish would be too much. But I'm all three of those things, and I'm exactly the right amount. And with that being said, chapter 1, an unfortunate gurgle. Some scientists claim that everybody poops, which might be true, but I have a hard time believing it. I'm not saying I want to see some proof because that would be disgusting, but if everybody poops, how come no one talks about it? And even if everybody does poop, which, as I mentioned, I don't believe, I'm pretty sure no one on earth thinks about pooping as much as me. Not because I want to think about it. I don't. I'd rather think about anything else, such as being mauled by a walrus or having my face eaten by a bunch of tiny cute mice. But the problem is, my body makes me think about it. My stomach hurts all the time. At home, at school, and especially during gym class. I wish that my brain didn't have to be attached to my body. Having flesh and bones and arms and legs and intestines is the cause of almost all of my problems. If I were just a brain in a jar connected to a supercomputer, I'd never worry about having stomach pain or pooping or doing something embarrassing. No one would be able to tell if I was a kid or an adult or someone with a messed up stomach or a normal one. No one would be able to tell if I was a girl or a boy, or maybe something different. But I'm not a supercomputer, so I have to run laps. Do you think the Addisons sweat at all? That's Leo. He's not a fan of gym either. We've been walking around the track for like 15 minutes, and at this point, my pit stains have got pit stains. All the other gym classes got to stay inside today, but Mr. D'Amelio used to be a professional wrestler, so he's really hard on us. He doesn't care that it's 100 million degrees on the track. No, definitely not, I whispered to Leo, watching as the Addisons, Madison and Addison, lap for the second time. They're robots. Madison and Addison, yes, those are really their names, and yes, it's annoying. Are best friends, and they're both super athletic. They never post pictures on Instagram without each other, and all their posts get a ton more likes than everyone else in 7th grade, and sometimes more than people in 8th. Leo and I are not friends with the Addisons. We're pretty much only friends with each other. Want to know what my Italian teacher told me last period? Leo asked as we walked the outermost lane of the track to let everyone else pass. That you should have taken Spanish with me? He rolled his eyes. No, he said, it's the language of opera. Leo turns to me and grins, and then, when he's sure no one's listening, he imitates an opera singer, arms outstretched. Ciao, mi chiamo Leo. He sings it so that only I can hear, and I can't help but laugh. What does that even mean? He slips his hands into his khaki short pockets. He never changes for Jim if he can help it, and I don't blame him. I always wear shorts or sweatpants and a t-shirt on gym days, and then swap whatever shirt I wore to school for a baggier, dirtier one that hides my body. It means, hi, my name is Leo, he tells me. It's the only thing I know to say in Italian so far. We both lose that at giggling so hard that we have to stop walking. Leonard, Alison, this isn't the mall. I want to see you jog. Mr. D'Amelio shouts at us from his lawn chair. Yeah, his lawn chair. Leo and I cringe. Neither of us likes our first names. We're Leo and Al. Thank you very much. But Mr. D'Amelio never calls us that. I swing my arms a little so it looks like I'm jogging, but Leo actually starts jogging, so I run to catch up. I hate him, he mutters. This isn't the mall. Who says that? What's that even supposed to mean? Don't listen to him, I tell Leo. Remember when they fired him from Positive Youth Development for being too negative? Leo shrugs, but he keeps jogging. After a minute, he says, so did your mum make your doctor's appointment for you? I look behind us to check that no one heard. Not here, I whisper, then run ahead, even though the bouncing makes my stomach clench, because we can't talk about this in public. I've had stomach pains for a while, but they've got really bad last winter. I tried to hide them from my mum, except she saw how often I was in the bathroom. And now I have to go to the most embarrassing doctor to even exist. A poop doctor. Yeah, you read that right. Even though I'm basically fine, I didn't want Leo to find out. But my mum told his mum, and now he's known through the mum gossip grapevine. After a minute of running in silence, we somehow get lapped by the Addisons. Again. And that's when it hits me. First, there's a gurgle. Next, there's that feeling. The one where all I can think about is what is happening in my intestines. I want to stop jogging or maybe scream or just not be on this horrible too hot trek in the first place. I try to hold it in. I try. But I don't think I can. I skid to a halt and dig my fingers into my hands and groan because what am I ever supposed to do? I don't have time to run inside the school to get to the bathroom. Leo turns to me, his eyes wide. Do you need me to do anything? He must realise what's happening, even though I've done my best to hide my emergencies from him. D'Amelio blows his whistle and shouts something at me as I shake my head at Leo because I'm beyond help. Then I see it, a porta potty off in the distance. I take off, the only thing that exists in the whole world in the porta potty on the other side of the track and my messed up stomach on this side. I'm sprinting, running faster than I ever have in my life. I fling the porta potty door open. It smells like rotten garbage, but there's nothing I can do about that. I rush to put toilet paper over the seat the way my mum taught me when I was little. Then, relief. Pure relief for like 2 seconds before I realise what's happened. My entire gym class watched me run into a porta potty. A porta potty! I have to drop out of school. That's my only option. I guess I could say I threw up because for some reason vomiting is less embarrassing than pooping. I bend over and I put my head between my knees as a particularly painful bout of you know what happened. I wish I could jump into the porta potty. But I know it'll get worse the longer I stay in here. So as soon as I'm done, I pump some of the gross old soap residue onto my palms and I walk out into the bright September day. Everyone's huddled together by the edge of the track. I walk over as quietly as I can, hoping no one will notice me. But as I make my way to the edge of the group, Mr. D'Amelio looks up and says, "Glad to have you back, Alison." And the Allisons whisper to each other and start giggling. Gym class should be illegal. I wish I had hopped into that porta potty when I had the chance. Mr. D'Amelio tells us that we're running the mile next week, and Leo leans over and whispers, "You all right?" I stare at the yellow grass. I don't want to talk about it. So there you go. The first chapter from here. So I hope that has sparked some interest for you. And you can find us here at the Alameda Library. Thank you for listening, guys. Bye. Bye.